the command module, this would look to be the panel, the display panel with some of the fuel quantity dials on the right side of the cockpit. At the time these television pictures were transmitted from the spacecraft, Apollo 11 was about 121,000 nautical miles from Earth. Where we do have good signal lock-on, we got amazingly good quality from those little Omni antennas. As we've mentioned before, normally the high-gain antenna would be used for a television transmission of this sort. And we could almost make out a face in that one, and somebody's hand down at the instrument panel. That last view just before we lost picture lockup appeared to be the right center portion of the main display console, main display panel in the command module. For a brief moment there, we had a picture of a somewhat placid Neil Armstrong closing his eyes momentarily. Another crewman to his left, I'm not sure at this point that I can make out who it was. It did appear, it might have been Mike Collins.
Yes, following up. Go ahead, 11. Oh, Charlie, is that you? That's me. How are you there? Oh, just fine. How's the old white team today? The old white team's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. We're ever alert down here. Ever alert and vigilant. Hey, you got any medics down there watching heart rate? I'm trying to do some running in place down here, and I'm wondering just out of curiosity whether it brings my heart rate up. Well, they will spring into action here momentarily. Stand by.
That was Mike Collins commenting that he was doing some running in place exercises, and we may get a brief view of that a little later on in this transmission. The picture stabilizes and holds still for us.
Happy Friday, happy weekend. I am here with you guys for about 30 minutes. As always, let me know if the music is a little too loud. I'm happy to turn it up, turn it down, whatever you guys need. So yeah, I'm just having a little land shark lager. My wife is putting my daughter to sleep, and I am going to be hanging out with you guys, like I said, for 30 minutes. So, ask a bunch of questions. Let's chit-chat. My daughter took a 2.5-hour nap today, and I was able to make a couple videos. One that's fun, a little longer, and it's actually a sponsored video, and I'm excited. I don't really go after sponsors very often, but it's a fun little partnership. I'm really looking forward to putting a skit together instead of just reading some copy. Anyway. What's up, Cole? Good to see you, man. Hey, Greedo, have you ever watched the show The Long Way Down? You would love it. No, I don't think I've ever heard of it. Let me look it up. The Long Way Down. Ewan McGregor. Oh. Yep, I have heard of this. I've never seen it. I did not know this was what it was called. I thought it was called something... Yep, I've heard of this. I've never seen it. I would love to give it a watch sometime. I completely forgot about its existence until right now. But no, maybe I'll check it out sometime soon. Let me turn the music down a little bit more. Have you seen Chernobyl? Yeah, me and my wife finished it a couple days ago. Creepy, man. Creepy. Creepy on a lot of levels. Scary on a lot of levels, too. The first thing that went through my mind is how, you know, it's a great source of power, but I mean, you can only have so many contingencies. You can only have so many what-if scenarios that you plan for. And there's always the what-if scenario that you don't plan for, which will cause mass casualties and be a cancerous growth on the Earth forever. It's scary, man. It's absolutely worth watching if you've never seen it. It's one of the best shot shows, I think, I've ever seen. And they do a lot without even speaking. I think the show really does a good job kind of carrying the narrative in places. The fan on? The fan's not on. Let me turn the fan on real quick, guys. Yeah, you need to see it. One sec. There we go. Ugh. But yeah, absolutely worth watching Chernobyl. It's creepy because of not only the accident itself, but also the kind of the I don't know, the Big Brother aspect of it, the Soviet era style of cover up and manipulation and hiding things from the public and the world and spinning a narrative. Even people that were like close to it were spinning the narrative too. And it's just, I don't know, it's just that form of complete I don't know, putting on a show. It's about putting on a show, putting on a face rather than doing anything for the betterment of the people. I don't know. It's creepy as shit to me. Anyway. Greedo, would you rather be a rebel pilot or a Jedi? Space Princess Ari. You know, I'm gonna say a pilot, but at the same time, well, yeah, I'm gonna say a pilot because the Jedi, cool, you could move stuff, you could do all that. I would utilize that, but I would not want to be a part of the Jedi organization per se. I would not want to be, you know, Force user, awesome. Call me whatever you want to, but don't label me a Jedi, because there was some rigidity in that organization that I don't necessarily agree with. So I'm going to go with Rebel Pilot. For sure. Not going to be a Jedi. I want a little bit of autonomy. I want a little bit of, I want to be able to love. I want to be able to get married, right? I want to be able to, I don't want to have some strict dogma that I adhere to. I want to be a free man. Oh, Carter Lovejoy. Sorry, man. I did not hear the notification. Carter, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the evening, man. I greatly appreciate that. I hope you're having a fantastic day and start to your weekend. In a fight between Mickey Mouse versus Donald Duck versus Bugs Bunny versus Daffy Duck, who do you think would win? Bugs Bunny, hands down. In this weird, wacky-ass scenario that you've presented, Bugs Bunny, hands down. Bugs Bunny is a trickster. Bugs Bunny is a schemer. Bugs Bunny drops anvils mercilessly. He paints. Yeah, he Bugs Bunny all the way, no question about it. Bugs Bunny is a ruthless son of a bitch. Somebody slapped that on a T-shirt for sure. So Carter, I appreciate that channel support tonight, man. And if I had to pick out of those four to a fight to the death, all my chips would be on Bugs for sure. But thanks for that support tonight once again, man. DT. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this. Is it just D and then Tina Glia? Tina Glia Studios? I apologize. I suck with names. I'm kind of an idiot. D. Tina Glia Studios. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. If I did butcher your name, I apologize. Type it out phonetically in the chat there, and I will correct myself. Pretty close with the pronunciation. Better than most people. Nice. D. Tina Glia. Tenaglia? Is it Tenaglia? It could be. I like that. I like the way that sounds. Tenaglia. That's a cool name if that's the way it's pronounced. Tenaglia. Oh, nice. Tenaglia. That's cool. No, I like the way. That's a cool name. I don't want to press, but I'm assuming that's a real name. Tenaglia. I like that. That rolls off the tongue really well. I dig that. But I appreciate that channel support, D. Tenaglia Studios. I greatly appreciate that support tonight. You said this Sunday I'm gonna watch TLJ for the 30th time. Like 100% you've written it down. How many times you've seen it? That's impressive. That's impressive. 30 times is impressive. I'm trying to think. The only movie that I've probably seen 30 times is man. Well, I'm gonna say A New Hope. Now that I think about it, though, I've lived for 33 years, and I'm sure I've seen, like, Empire at least 30 times. Ooh, that's tough. I would love to know how many times I've seen these Star Wars movies. Like, so a part of me goes, oh, 30 times in 33 years? Yeah, I've totally done that. But then I think about it, and I'm like, wait, I haven't watched original trilogy movies since before The Last Jedi. So there's years. That's interesting. Interesting. I've written it down. Yes, 30 times. It's my all-time favorite film. Nice. Nice. Enjoy it for a 30th time. Yeah, I enjoy it as well. I enjoy it. It's not my favorite. Definitely not my least favorite. But I definitely I like TLJ a lot more than I dislike it, for sure. I usually put it around for my overall... well, the way I put it, Tenaglia, is some of my favorite scenes and moments in all of Star Wars are in TLJ. And some of my least favorite moments and scenes in all of Star Wars are in TLJ. I hate to quantify my enjoyment in a percentage or a number, so I usually try to avoid doing that. So, yeah. But anyway, enjoy it. Enjoy number 30. 30 times in 2 years. Well, how it's been a year and a half since the movie came out, right? So what's the average? You've watched it... 52 divided by 2, 26 plus 52, 30. So you've averaged... Wait, did I do that correctly? Almost 2.5 viewings per... Oh, I'm too dumb. Anyway, I saw it 6 times in theater, so that helps a lot. Nice. Yeah, that definitely helps a lot. Muddler, no, do not ever say sorry, Muddler. I appreciate the hell out of that support. This month, man. I never want to hear apologies for that. Never want to hear that word sorry. It's good to see you as always. And Mad Dog Productions, thank you for the super chat channel support. Greedo, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cool are you? Not very cool, man. Not very cool. I'm gonna say, and my cat wants in. Only a cool dude gets up to let his cat in his office. Super fucking cool. You're such a cool dude. So cool. Oh, and then I open it up, and there's no cat. Anyway, no. I can't answer that, Mad Dog. I appreciate. Oh, you found another gift card. Nice. I appreciate that though, man. I can't. If I can't quantify my level of enjoyment with a number when it comes to TLJ, I can't quantify my own personal level of cool with a number. But not very. Let's just leave it at that. Gonna float and fish the Green River in Dutch John tomorrow. I was gonna ask you earlier if you've been on any new fun adventures. That sounds like heaven, man. We're trying to plan a trip somewhere soon. I'm sure most of you guys know this, but me and my wife sold our house. We're building a new house, and currently we're living with my parents for 6 months while our house is being built, and they actually got all the permitting done. We got an email today saying permitting is done, and we're gonna go in mid-July, late July, around then for the final meeting with the foreman. I think they're what it is to start building the house. So long story short, while we have a little downtime and kind of don't have to worry about a lot of things while we're living with them, we're going to take advantage of a couple weekends and maybe go to the Smokies or maybe get a beach house for a weekend and just kind of, take advantage of it. But yeah, take advantage of it for sure. But that sounds like heaven, Cole. When are you going to watch the Clone Wars 2D micro series? It's been on my list for a long time, man. Eventually I'll get around to checking it out. Whenever I end up doing it, I don't think I'm going to do episodic reviews, Nicolas Cage. I'm going to just watch all of it and just do a big, just all-encompassing thoughts video about it. Just kind of, because episode by episode, I'm going to leave it to the Clone Wars, which I need to jump back into. I'm just going to pull the trigger on buying the Clone Wars Season 6 discs. I don't have, I need to do that. So, eventually I will, for sure. Oh, Mad Dog, Connor Johnson, Yonka Cola, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Let me run down this list. Oh, I like the let that shit go. I forgot I have that Yoda emoji there. Mad Dog Productions, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Once again, man, I greatly appreciate that. I'll answer for you, easy 10. Well, thank you. That's your perception. And your perception is noted, man. I appreciate the hell out of that channel support tonight. And the I don't know. You trying to fluff up my ego? Is that what you're trying to do, Mad Dog? It's not gonna work. I got a shield around that shit. It's all about being self-deprecating. It keeps you in check. But I appreciate that, man. And Connor Johnson, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. There's an Israeli animated documentary film from 2008 called Waltz with Bashir. Waltz with Bashir. I think you'd find it intriguing, just don't show it to children. I've never heard of this. Let me look this up, Connor. Waltz with Bashir. It's a Israeli animated documentary film. Oh, I remember seeing a trailer for this back in the day. This all looks incredibly familiar. I never saw it, but I recognize this. I guess this is the cover art for a poster or something like that. I recognize this. Hour and 30 minutes. Waltz with an Israeli film director interviews fellow veterans of the 1982 invasion of Lebanon to reconstruct his own memories of his term of service in that conflict. Interesting. Ari Fulman. Also Bashir, the Congress, Santa Clara. Huh. Yeah, this looks interesting. I'm gonna have to check this out. So it's it's interviews, and I'm assuming the interview. I'll watch it, but I'm assuming the interviewees are talking as these animations are playing. I love scrolling through all these like super serious images of this animated show or a documentary. Looks like there's a lot of sorrow, and then all of a sudden like advertisements for Men in Black International pop up as I'm scrolling through these really intense images, and then Toy Story 4 pops up. But I appreciate that recommendation there, Connor. I'll definitely have to check it out at some point. But yeah, I recognize that cover. I don't know where I would have seen it, but probably just in my internet travels at some point. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. And thank you for the super chat and channel support tonight. Just don't show it to children. I won't. Not for a while. And Yanka Cola, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Both of those, I don't know if you meant to type a little message in there or if you wanted to be a silent supporter. I appreciate the hell out of it. Either way, man, thank you so much for the support tonight. Yanka Cola, did I say that correctly? I don't know. And Biscuit Fingers, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. Hey, Greedo, just dropping by. Well, it's good to see you as always, Biscuit. And thank you for the support tonight. Got some fun stuff cooking up. I've been going down so many rabbit holes, Biscuit, with with a bunch of kind of Star Wars history stuff. I have a video coming out. I have like, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 folders in my Hello Greedo folder. And these 6 folders are all relating to their upcoming videos, all relating to some kind of like 1977 Star Wars history. Some of it is about before Star Wars came out, and some of it, I don't know, it's just from magazines and a bunch of stuff that I enjoy like looking at, because you guys know I have an obsession with looking at kind of reactions and reviews from the past when it comes to movies and specifically Star Wars. But yeah, anyway, long story short, I appreciate the hell out of that support tonight, Biscuit. In Mad Dog Productions, I thrive off your life source, Greedo. Pick another life source, man. I appreciate the sentiment, kind words, though. As BB-8 gives me the middle finger, that's a thumbs up. It's funny that some people, when I saw The Force Awakens for the first time, I knew he was giving a thumbs up. At least that's what I perceived it as. I've never heard an official explanation. But some of my friends thought BB-8 was giving Finn a middle finger. There's no context for that. There's no droid middle finger. It's just like a thumbs up. It's like a fun thumbs up. I was just like, why do you think he's giving Finn why do you think he's telling Finn to fuck off? Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Anyway, Mad Dog, I appreciate that, man. I listened to Blockbuster, the podcast. It was pretty good. I listened to Inside Star Wars and might look into the others. Nice. Blockbuster is fantastic. If you guys haven't checked out, it's called Blockbuster. It's a podcast, kind of a radio drama in a way about Spielberg, Lucas, and John Williams. Polish GMR. Did you guys hear that Death Star alarm? There we go. I appreciate that, Polish. That Death Star alarm means we have a new member to the fleet, but not new. Polish GMR has been around for a long time. But Polish GMR, thank you so much for once again becoming a member of the fleet. You know your spiel. But dude, thank you so much for supporting the channel once again. If you... Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more supporter Q&As. I really enjoy doing those. The next one's actually coming up pretty soon. June has already gone by so fast. So much has happened in June. Moved. I was out of town in LA. I've just like this month has been a complete whirlwind sign papers to build our new house. Just everything is just fucking chaos and everything's vibrating and everything's just insane. But now we're settling in. But Polish, I appreciate that, man, and I'm looking forward to the next supporter Q&A. And it's probably gonna be let's see, let's look at the calendar. So July 1st is Monday. Hey, it might be July 1st. That might actually work out perfectly. I usually like to do them early in the week. Yeah, probably July 1st. That sounds good to me. Anyway. What did I miss? And if everybody could do me a favor, say welcome to the fleet, Polish GMR. Everybody in the chat, do me a favor and say that. I would appreciate it. Welcome to the fleet. Yanka Cola, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. What's your favorite Star Wars item you've owned? Ooh. So I have, Yanka, I have a full set of A New Hope stunt stormtrooper armor. By far, my favorite piece of Star Wars thing that I own. By far. I built it, I assembled it. It is cast from the, or molded from the original cast. The stunt armor, A New Hope stunt armor. And yeah, that's without a doubt the number one thing that I own. It's not like an officially licensed thing, but it's screen accurate. That's more important to me than officially licensed. Like, I'm not gonna go fucking buy a Ruby's stormtrooper armor. It looks like shit. So it's my favorite Star Wars thing that I own. But my favorite official Star Wars licensed thing that I own, though, that's a different question, and I really don't know. I don't have much other than like what I grew up with. I'm not much of a collector. I don't really buy anything. But it's probably my original trilogy VHS tapes, pre-special edition. So it's like it's the last. Well, yeah. I don't know. That's probably what it is. But I appreciate that, Yanka. And Mad Dog, once again, if I leave the life source, the host dies. If I leave the life source, the host dies. Well, that's a scary thought. That's a scary thought. Don't leave the life source, I suppose. I don't want to go. Find another host, Mad Dog. This goon. For whatever reason, that reminds me of, like, when you see whales, or shit, even like land mammals, whales will have like other fish kind of swimming around them, using them as kind of, I guess, cover in a way. And land mammals, you'll see birds like sitting on the back of cows, or I don't know. I am your cow, Mad Dog. You are my bird. Luke Coffee, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I knew a coffee once. Favorite non-science-y author. Ooh, that's interesting. Because I've always just kind of read science, not necessarily just science fiction, but also science books. And most of the books on my bookshelf are science related, or astronaut related, or some of them are biographies. How about I'll say an author that I've read recently, who is one of my new favorite authors. It's Andrew Mayne. That's Mayne, I believe. Yeah. And so he's not. It's difficult for me to pick my favorite. Andrew Mayne. I read The Naturalist recently. Well, maybe like 6 months ago or so. and I'm reading the sequel to that, kind of along with reading Ahsoka. And Andrew Main is kind of a murder mystery kind of thing. Is the book that I read. It's called The Naturalist. It's about kind of some gruesome killings that happen in the woods, and it looks like kind of happened with wild animals, and it's just kind of a murder mystery book. And the guy, the main character, is just kind of, I don't want to spoil anything. It's so good though. It's so good. It was free on the Kindle because I'm a Prime member, and it was the first book in a very, very, very long time that I couldn't put down. In a very long time. Sometimes it takes me a long time to get through a book just because, I usually read like a chapter a night, and then just sometimes I'm too tired to give a shit. Unless a book really hooks me. The Naturalist hooked me. So he's not my favorite, but he's a current favorite, and I highly recommend checking out that book, The Naturalist. It came out in 2017, so not that long ago. But yeah. Luke, I appreciate the hell out of that, and if you haven't read it, read it. Hopefully you'll like it. Check out some Cormac McCarthy. Yeah, with your Southern connections, you might dig it. Have I read Cormac? He did the Road, or no? Is that? Yeah, he did The Road. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I've never read any of his. Obviously, I've liked the movies that were made out of it. Okay. Who was the other? Charles Portis. Let me see if... True Grit. Oh, okay. Maybe this is junk food, but I have always wanted to read a Stephen King book. I've never once read a Stephen King book. Like, every Halloween I get the itch, and I'm like, this year is the year that I read a Stephen King book, and it just passes me right by. So, anyway, while we're on the topic of books. I appreciate the hell out of that support tonight, Luke, and thank you for the suggestions. I'm going to keep these up on my tab, and next time I have my Kindle with me, I'll plug them in and see how much the books are on the old Amazon, on the Kindle. Mad Dog Productions, Greedo, I'm sorry. What is that? Eggplant emoji? Is that what that is? The eggplant emoji is really, really small on my screen. And water. It's water. It's water. It's water. But I appreciate that, Mad Dog. 2 of my vids jumped to 200 views for some reason. What were they? I'll go to the channel. Actually, I have to hop off here in a quick second. Here's the plan. Bloom on my... Yeah, dude, if I have no idea how any of the YouTube algorithm works. No idea. It's interesting. So I'm gonna say a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, I would upload a video and subscribers would get notified, all subscribers, and the videos would have a big, a great view count, and all of a sudden, just one day, boom, and I look at my analytics, and it just doesn't make sense. I didn't change anything. I didn't do anything different. It was just one day, boom. It just reduced, everything reduced by like half. And I was like, what the fuck happened? Actually, recently I had a conversation with a few other YouTubers out at EA Play. And they were like, yeah, same thing happened. You have to chase the algorithm. And I'm like, I don't have that in me. I don't want to chase some digital code and try to get ahead of it. I just want to make the things that I want to make. I don't know. I can't chase that algorithm, man. Alright, guys. Oh, Polish GMR, thank you so much, man. Once again, you should read some Stephen King. He has a lot of misses, but some greats, and there too, Shining or Carrie are probably my favorites. Yeah, I don't know, Polish. I don't know which one that I would probably pick up. Let me Google it. It is a monster of a book, right? There was actually a recent one that kind of sounded interesting to me. I can't find what it was called. But yeah, I you know, it's what was that called? It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to look through. Oh, maybe no. Sorry, guys. I'm looking through the unlimited amount of Stephen King novels. Too long for its own good. Okay. Yeah, Polish. I probably would. The thing is, I almost don't want to read something that I've already seen movie-wise or on the screen. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen Carrie movie. I've seen Shining the movie. I'm sure you know, just like all film adaptations from books, there's a lot different. But I would assume that the beats are pretty on, and I kind of want to jump into like a Stephen King book that I know absolutely nothing about. Like, not even read the back cover. You know what I mean? That's kind of my goal. What's Skeleton Crew? What is that? Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew. Collection of short fiction. Oh, that's a collection. Okay. Firestarter, The Dark Half. God, he just pumps them out. It's insane. Insane. 4 Past Midnight. I like that title. What's that about? Let's see. Is a collection of novel. Oh, okay. I didn't know he did this kind of stuff. Interesting. All right. Salem's Lot may be good for you then. Oh, okay. Let me look that up. Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot. Stephen King. All right. Okay. Yeah, I might give that a shot. I just read the synopsis. Dude, Halloween will be here before we know it. Life is moving way too quick. I'll check this one out. I'm bookmarking it right now. Actually, in fact, I'm making a bookmark folder called Books. And it is going to go in the book folder. And that is where I'm going to catalog all the books that either I get recommended or that I want to read. But I appreciate that that Polish. And Biscuit Fingers. If you want a Stephen King book, read 11/22/63. It was an absolute amazing page turner, different from his regular stuff, though. That's when I that's about the Kennedy assassination, right? When I found out about that book, it sounded like nothing like Stephen King. Then again, Stand By Me sounds nothing like Stephen King. You know, sometimes he writes stuff that when you think Stephen King, you wouldn't think of that. But yeah, out of everything, to tell you the truth, Biscuit Fingers, that one really intrigued me because of the subject matter and because of kind of that like alternative history, or you know, I like when authors mess with time. I like when authors mess with history, and kind of the what ifs and that kind of stuff. So maybe that wouldn't be a good one for Halloween, but I'm assuming it would be a good one for the list, you know. But I appreciate that support tonight on all fronts, Biscuit Fingers. In Mad Dog Productions, the last super chat of the evening as I hop off. I greatly appreciate that support tonight, man. My card is running out. Let's see how much more I got. Well, I appreciate you using the gift card for the stream. We'll use that tomorrow. We're going to look at some like house stuff, and we're gonna grab some lunch. So you'll buy my daughter an ice cream. There you go. You just bought my daughter some soft serve, man. Some soft serve. I appreciate that. She does too. Trust me, she does too. But thank you so much, Mad Dog. All right, guys, I really got to get going. I'm 10 minutes over where I thought I would be, and they're probably waiting on me. So, all right. Let me run down the list. Mad Dog Productions, thank you for the super chat and channel support, man. Biscuit Fingers, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Polish GMR, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Luke Coffee, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Yonka Cola, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Connor Johnson, thank you for the super chat and channel support. D. Tenaglia Studios, thank you for the super chat and channel support. Carter Lovejoy, thank you for the super chat and channel support as well. Alright, guys, as always, enjoy your weekend. I don't know if I'll be around the weekend at all. Probably not. I might upload a video if I get around, or if I have some time. I don't know if I'll stream until Sunday, but if I don't see you at all this weekend, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you when I see you. Alright. See ya.